up here. I'm going to make sure record, share. Okay, let me make sure my speaker notes are up. Okay, so, all right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first Learning Lunchable hosted by Try Marketing Solutions. What this is a 30-minute event that I'm going to be doing once a week on Thursdays. And this is just time for you to take a nice break from your busy day, grab a cup of tea, grab a water, get some lunch, whatever it happens to be for the time zone that you're in, and just spend a few minutes with us going over some really topical information about digital marketing and how to have an effective online presence so that you can reach your target market and educate, nurture, and convert people into sales. So my name is Wendy Lewis. I'm the founder and strategic specialist for Try Marketing Solutions. And with me today too, that's going to kind of be a helping hand, monitor chat to kind of throw up a hand and let me know when you guys have urgent questions or issues. And that's Jason. And Jason is the strategic media specialist at our company.
Hello, everyone.
Okay. So as this is our first presentation, there might be a few bumps in the road, but I am going to have some time set aside at the end to answer any questions that you may have. So if you want to put them in chat, Jason will just kind of keep track of them. And at the end of the presentation, he will let me know what the questions are and we'll do our best to get them answered. So for our very first Facebook Live, what we are going to be talking about today is 5 strategies for local business survival. And the reason why I picked this topic for my first Facebook Live is because obviously the last few years have completely and totally shaken up the way that we do business. And every business from a one-person company to a mega corporation like Metaverse or whatever they're calling themselves today have to learn new ways to conduct business, handle employees, everything through the line. So as a small local business, we really need to rethink the way we do business. And the 5 main areas that I'm going to be covering in today's agenda is we need to look at new ways to deliver existing offerings, investing in new technology, increasing online sales, improve marketing results, and manage customer expectations. So what we're going to talk about today, and my slideshow likes to spaz on me, is we're going to review the top 5 challenges that business owners face right now and are expected to face for the next few years so that you can determine the best way to improvise, overcome, and adapt. And then we're also going to talk about the top 5 innovations you need to prioritize to minimize the impact of today's challenges and take advantage of the opportunities that have developed from the challenges that we've faced over the last 2 years. Because believe it or not, there has been some good things that have come out of the last 5 years in terms of the way we do business, and it hasn't all just been a train wreck. So there is no doubt that the last 2 years have been very tough. And every time we think we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, it turns out to be a train. We've got another variant. We've got supply chain issues. We've got the great, everybody's leaving in droves for their jobs. So while the challenges that started 2 years ago do continue to plague us, there are also new opportunities that are available for those who can put the right strategies in place, stay flexible, and are willing to rethink the way that they do business. I know one of the terms that everybody hates to hear is the new normal, but it is true. There is a new normal, but the new normal, honestly, isn't here yet. It's starting to develop what we're going to look to see for the new normal. But from variants to supply changes, then the great resignation to inflations, the challenges that we face do continue to evolve, and we need to understand that flexibility and innovation are more important now than they ever were before. And So even though things aren't going to go back to the way they were, and even though things do continue to change, things are getting better. Okay, it may be a little difficult to see, but the economy did see growth last year, especially in the last 2 quarters of 2021. And those who can innovate and pivot will be able to thrive in 2022 and beyond. So the economy grew 5.7% in 2021 after contracting 3.4% in 2020. And we did 6.4 million new jobs created in 2021. So there were some positives. It's just really hard to see with all the mess. So the 5 business challenges, and this was according to the Small Business Report, are loss of revenue, budget cuts, reduced salaries, temporary closure, and temporary pivot. So, we had different times where businesses had to close because they had a lockdown in their area, or they had a lot of employees that were sick with COVID. And we had to do what we thought were temporary pivots at first to try to keep things going when everything was just so in flux. Those challenges are going to continue in 2022. And these are the things that we do need to look at. So how do you improvise, overcome, and adapt? So one of the things that you want to look at is how customer behavior has changed, how customers are shopping now, and what do they expect from you as a business owner. So understanding the customer's new priorities and the way that they're looking at doing business will help you understand the new buying process and how you need to improvise and adapt for your business. What are other companies doing? What have other companies been doing the last 2 years and are doing now to succeed? Because there's no reason to reinvent the wheel. And if you can learn from other businesses and take that information and adapt it to your business, then you're just that much farther ahead. Also, you can look at how you can future-proof your business. I know after the last 2 years, some of us might think that there's just no way to do that because things can come from left field and just totally knock everything out of whack. But there are ways that you can leverage digital technology and the internet to insulate your business. And one of the best ways to do that is to have a digital online presence, even if you are a local brick and mortar store. Not to play I told you so, but I have been in this business for 25 years. And I've been telling even local physical companies that they needed to have a digital online presence since Hector was a pup. And when all of this stuff first started happening, I kind of felt a little bit vindicated. I'm not going to lie. a little bit, I was just like, yeah, see, I told you so. But if you can leverage digital technology and you can use the internet and you can create a digital physical presence as well as a local physical presence, and you can learn how to adapt and get ahead of some of these curves, you can, to some extent, future-proof your business. So if left curves do come at you, you can quickly adapt. Aha, I've finally gotten used to the mouse. Okay, so let's look at number 1. How has customer behavior changed? And this is in the B2B and the B2C world. So customers are leveraging the internet to find and purchase products and services even more than before. An online physical presence has always been important, but over the last 2 years, it has become vital as more customers demand the ability to find, shop, and purchase products. Sometimes that's done completely 100% online. Sometimes it's a combination of something like you're finding it and you're buying it, but then you're purchasing it and you're getting it in store. So brick and mortar companies that can have some kind of flexibility, you specialize in takeout, you do carside service, you have the ability to have them order the product online, but pick it up in store, even delivery. You've got all of these different delivery companies that are out there. But what a lot of local businesses are doing is creating their own versions of that and taking those big guys out of the picture. So any way that you can do that for your business is just going to put you ahead of the game. So what today's customers want, they want to find and learn about you online. The number of searches containing the words near me have increased by more than over 200% in the last 2 years. And 54% of social browsers use social media to research products, and 90% of searchers read reviews before purchasing. And they want to be able to purchase from you online. They want to have more than just in-store options when they make purchases. They want to be able to find out quickly and easily how you have adopted to what's going on if you now in the world, if you've changed hours of service, your cleaning policies, your policies to how to insulate employees and customers with social distancing and drop-offs, and if you're a restaurant, how you're seating people so that everybody can be safe and protected and still be productive and get some normalcy back in their lives. So they also want to understand how to communicate with you. It is really annoying to me to have companies contact you via text, but apparently this is a very popular thing in the marketing world and customers want it. SMS messaging and online chat features are becoming more popular with B2B and B2C customers. And I've got some statistics for you to back that up. 75% of people prefer online chat. Customers who use live chat spend up to 60% more per purchase than those who don't. Your text SMS open rates are as high as 98%. Now that's better than email, which is 30%, and that's better than your PPC advertising, which is around 3% conversion rates. And as many as 45% of people reply to branded text blasts that they receive. So you may think that that's something that you don't want to get into because you might annoy people, but when done right, it's actually something that is preferred. And there are customers that will go by you and go to a competitor instead if they have those options available and you don't. Only 11% of companies in the world today, in the US today, are leveraging SMS marketing and communication with their customers. So obviously it's a really big competitive advantage. And if you jump on the bandwagon now, you'll have the further advantage of having systems in place and a method to get the marketing out and to talk to people and use SMS for all of its abilities over your competitors who might be a little slower to take up on this trend. So there is good news for local businesses. 40% of Americans still make an effort to shop local. And according to Nerd Wallet, brick and mortar businesses are predicted to shine in 2022. So you might have had a rough couple of years, but things are likely to pick back up if you put the right strategies in place now. There we go. Oh. So what are other companies doing? How are businesses adapting, and how can you do the same? So businesses are innovating in a few different ways. That 43% of businesses are rethinking the way that they do business. 32% are finding new ways to deliver what they currently offer, and 22% are helping employees to reinvent themselves. Now, the reason why I'm including that stat and the reason why that's important is because when you have your employees engaged in the business and when you're helping them find new ways to adapt to what's going on, then the employees actually become better employees, obviously. So that's going to improve customer satisfaction, but also employees become big advocates, and employee advocates help when you're trying to find new employees, and also employees advocates help when new customers are looking at you. So they're not just looking at what other customers say about your business. They're looking at what competitors say about you. They're looking at what your employees are saying about you. So they want that whole overall picture of you, the good, the bad, and the ugly, when they're looking at whether or not they want to work with you or a competitor. So here are some important to-dos for 2022. What many small businesses think that they need to do to succeed in this year is increase online sales. Even for brick and mortar businesses, 88% of businesses believe that this is an important item for this year. 97% believe that leveraging digital technology and the internet is important for this year. So here are the top 5 priorities for businesses in the year of 2022. Increasing online sales, improving marketing results, adding new products and services, investing in technology, and hiring new talent, either because of the Great Resignation or because they're looking to grow. So, how can you future-proof your business? Existing offers. So you can find new ways to deliver existing products and services. Contactless payment options are a good one. You can use online payment portals, mobile wallets, if you accept those payment options. Those have become huge anymore. I mean, you barely have to take out your card. You can just whip out your phone, which a lot of people prefer. I don't like taking my card out anymore because then it gets yucky and then I have to sanitize it, and I don't just like doing that. Also, SMS payment options. A lot of different places will allow you to put a payment link in a text and send that out. So then all they're doing is responding to the text, and boom, the payment option is completed. You also have virtual options that you can do to deliver existing services. You can have membership sites. You can have Zoom meetings like what I'm using today here for the Facebook Live. You can also have website portals so that you can have customers logging in to the back end of the website so that they can access their payment information, update their history, reorder a product, get access to services that they've already purchased. All those kind of things are options that you can do online and digitally to deliver existing products and services. Also, you can, as we discussed before, do online and then pick up at the location. You can pick up in store. You can do curbside pickup. You can do delivery. There's a lot of different options that you can do if you think about how to get outside of the normal box that you've been doing and saying, all right, what are some good ways that we can offer products and services that we probably never thought of before? So in terms of increasing online sales, there's a lot of different things that you can do depending on who you are and what you have to offer. You can create or improve your website. You want to, most people look at their website as, well, everybody's telling me I have a website, so I'm going to throw something up. Or they look at it more as like it's a static, paper version of getting things done online. So it's a brochure. That's all it is. But that's not really what a website should be if you want to leverage it. What it needs to do is become a sales and marketing tool. It needs to be a way for people to find you, whether it's 3 o'clock in the morning and they're eating cookie dough ice cream, or it's 7 o'clock in the morning and they're trying to get their kids out to school, or if it's during business hours. They want to be able to come to your website, learn everything that they need to know about you, what you offer, how you offer it, and what other people think about you in one quick and easy solution. And when you set your website up the right way, that's exactly what it becomes. It becomes a lead generation ATM machine for getting new clients and services getting new clients and servicing existing clients. So leveraging your Google business profile is vital if you are a local brick and mortar business. So that used to be the Google My Business late last year. They changed it to Google Business Profile. And it's not only a great way for people to find your business, but it also offers the ability for you to list your products and services. People can even purchase items right from Google Business Profile. And you can have them find directions to you. You can show offers. You can show what life is like at your office now since we've had COVID. You can do the 360 view images that you've seen where you take your phone and as you move your phone, it shows different aspects of the image. You can do things like that. You can do a video tour. There's a lot of ways to show who you are, what you do, why they should care, and how they can buy from you on Google Business Profile. And Google has made a lot of changes over the last few months to make it even easier for you to optimize, manage, and access right from you can access it now right from your browser. You don't even need to log into the back end. Social media shopping is another big thing. Facebook introduced a store, Facebook stores a couple of years ago now. Instagram is doing the same thing. So you can create online stores right in Facebook, right in Instagram, which is a great way for you to introduce different products to a customer. They can look at it, they can buy it, and then they can just keep on scrolling and looking at kittens or whatever it happens to be that's in their feed at the same time. And so it's a very low friction way to get customers to learn about you and to shop, and also a great way for them to share the information and make it easier for the people that they share it with to purchase. So social media shopping can be a really great solution for you, depending on what it is that you have to offer. Also, you want to increase your online presence. So it's even more important now than it ever was before to have a website, to optimize your Google Business Profile, to be prevalent on social media, and to leverage the other sites like Yelp that are available to get your name out there, to have people leave reviews and comments, and just have a good business reputation and presence. So one thing that you need to do is you need to manage customer expectations. It is very important, especially now, because we still have issues with supply chains. That's probably not going to change. We've got issues with the Great Resignation, so you may not have the staff that you used to have. And we don't know. I mean, other variants could come in and just decide to wreak havoc because that's what this particular virus loves to do. So, but people are still kind of used to that old way of shopping, instant gratification. Everything is available. You don't go to the store and find 2/3 of the shelves empty. I still get very irritated with that. There's certain things that I used to buy all the time that I haven't been able to find in months, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to find them. And you're just going to have, we're just kind of having to deal with all of that. So you want to make sure that you have information on your social channels, your website, your Google Business Profile, wherever you can online about your current situation and how your current situation may affect their shopping experience from beginning to end. You also need to leverage all forms of communication, whether it's in person, chat, email, phone. Let them know as soon as possible if delays occur, if something's not available, if you're not going to be able to meet with them today because half of your staff is out. Whatever the situation may be, make sure you communicate with them as soon as possible. Let them know what it is that you are doing to rectify the situation, and make sure that they understand and accept the changes, because maybe they change their minds and they want a refund or something like that. You have to be willing to communicate with them, understanding that you might end up having to refund them, but that's okay. Because if you do that, if you set their expectations, if you communicate with them about what's going on, and if you follow up with them after the purchase, understand how their experience was, what they thought of the experience, get their feedback. What do they think that you could do to improve the experience? If you do all of those things, people will be understanding and people will be forgiving most of the time. You're going to have those people in the world that just aren't going to be happy. But most people, if you do these three things, will be understanding of the situation, and they will be willing to not only accept the situation, but promote you to other people. So managing expectations may seem like an uncomfortable thing, but in the long run, it's going to help you and your business. So how do you improve marketing results? What you want to do is create systems and processes that leverage marketing automation and online platforms to make sure you can generate, nurture, and engage with your prospects and your customers in this new 24/7, 365-day buying environment. People have gotten used to the fact that anytime they want to, they can go online and look at stuff and buy things or talk to you. They can leave messages. They can try to get a hold of tech support if they're having a problem, or customer services are having an issue. Nobody thinks anything of that anymore if they're doing it outside what used to be considered traditional business hours. So we do need to learn to adapt. And if you're a small company, that can seem very, very difficult. I mean, I don't want to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning answering customer service messages. But there are ways that you can automate and streamline some of those systems and get things in place so that even though you are small, you can still manage customer expectations and satisfy their issues, even if it's late at night or on a weekend or during a holiday. So, invest in new technology. What do I mean by that? Well, there are some different things that you can purchase and leverage in the digital space that will help you and create those systems and those platforms. So for website technology, you need to create a website. You need to be able to manage the website. You need to be able to have an e-commerce portal. You need to have a payment portal. You need to have a chat bot. Those are all good things that you can have on your website that will automate some of these processes and get people, when they land on your website, capture their information, get them the information that they want, and get them in the process to buying that also matches their journey. Because when they come to your website, they could be in any stage of the journey. So your website needs to be able to get them to that next stage, no matter where they are. And there are ways that you can handle that through online platforms and technology. Reputation management is important. Being able to manage reviews, online listings, manage your Google business profile, engage in social listening. And what social listening is just a nice term that we've put on it in the marketing world for everybody's talking about you, your business. Everybody's talking about your industry, products or services that are related to you. And if you don't know what people are saying, then you cannot improve your products or services to gain a kind of competitive advantage. People might be talking bad about you and you don't even know it. So you could be losing customers without even being aware of the fact. And there are so many different platforms where people can file complaints that aren't your website and aren't Facebook, that you need to be able to have a way to capture that information and manage it and rectify it as soon as humanly possible. You also need to be able to manage social media posts and those conversations. There have been companies that have been able to turn somebody around that had a negative experience to a positive experience, and they did it all online in front of everybody to see. And that not only improved that person's customer experience, but also gained the ability of increasing the reputation for other people that happen to see those posts. So for marketing, there are so many, too many marketing tools and platforms that are available right now, but you do need some kind of email marketing software. You do need some kind of marketing campaign software. You do need to be able to have some kind of content marketing software. You do need to be able to manage pop-ups. I'm not a big fan of them from a customer point of view, but they work. And they are something that you should have on your website. You also need to have a way to create forms and surveys so that you can communicate with people, find out what they're thinking and how their experiences are, and have them request different information and orders. And that all needs to be done with forms and surveys, and that all needs to be managed and processed in a smooth way. So from a sales aspect, whether you are the only salesperson, marketer, and you wear 17 different hats, or you have a small team, some of the sales items that you need to have invest in for technology is calendars. You need to have a way to have meetings, whether it's Zoom, GoToMeeting. I don't even know if Skype still exists. I haven't heard about them in months, but I'm sure it's still there. You need to have sales CRMs, whether that's Salesforce or a product that's very similar to that. You need to be able to have landing pages. You need to have sales automation strategies in place so that if somebody requests, like say an ebook or some kind of lead magnet from you, how to nurture those people and how to get them into the sales funnel so that salespeople know when it's the right time to get in touch with them. Because if somebody's interested in purchasing and the first person that gets a hold of them, that's the person that they're going to do business with. So you need to be able to manage all that quickly and easily. So once again, to sum up, these are the 5 strategies that you need to have for survival in 2022 and the years to come. You need to have new ways to deliver existing products and services. You need to find a way to increase online sales, even if you are a brick and mortar business. You need to be able to manage customer expectations. You need to be able to improve your marketing results, especially if you've had to cut your budget or you have less staff. You need to be able to understand how to do more with less and really optimize what you are getting when it comes to leads, because too many small businesses used to do things where they would get leads and then never manage them. And you also need to invest in new technology. So thank you for joining our Learning Lunchable. Jason, are there any questions in chat right now?
There are not, but that is cool because this is our very first one. So we do not have a great deal of viewership yet. But you know what? We are going to grow because that's just how amazing. I would say I don't know, but we do good. We do good stuff.
We do good stuff. Everybody's going to love us eventually.
Eventually. Yes.
Eventually, but just not today. That's fine. So we are going to be putting this recording. Obviously, this is going to be pinned to Facebook. Also, we're going to be putting this in YouTube, and we're going to be having this on a resource section of our website. What is our website, you might ask? Well, if you go to tryourmarketingsolutions.com, you will be able to see everything there is to know about us. And because we practice what we preach, we do have the strategies involved that we talked about here in place. So there is a chat bot where you can ask questions. There are areas where you can get more information about us, and you can access lead book, ebooks and other lead magnets and all kinds of great information, or you might even want to order one of our service packages. So you could take a look there. If you have any questions, go into the chat bot, or there is a contact form, so you can just ask us a question, just say hi. I did put our company phone number out there. I know a lot of people don't do that, but why not? I have a company phone number. I'm paying for it. Might as well let you guys use it to call me. Or you can email us at info@tryourmarketingsolutions.com. So thank you very much for joining us at our very first Learning Lunchable. I hope to see you again in the weeks ahead.
For joining.
Thank you for joining.
We are still live on Facebook. Now we're not.